Capitol Hill. We got breaking news. FEMA Director Brock Long is resigning. A statement issued by FEMA reads, "It has been a great honor to serve our country as FEMA administrator for the past 2 years. During my tenure, the agency worked more than 220 declared disasters, and while this has been the opportunity of the lifetime, it is time for me to go home to my family, my beautiful wife and 2 incredible boys. As a career emergency management professional, I could not be prouder to have worked alongside the devoted, hardworking men and women of FEMA for the past 2 years. Upon my departure, Mr. Peter Gaynor will serve as acting FEMA administrator. I leave knowing the agency is in good hands." Let's go right to Hallie Jackson, our chief White House correspondent at the White House now, for what this is all about. Hallie?
Listen, it sounds as though FEMA Director Brock Long wants to go and spend more time with his family. That is something he references in this brief resignation statement that has just come out in the last couple of minutes. Remember, Long's family is not in Washington. He essentially, for lack of a better word, commutes back to see them at their home, which I believe is in North Carolina. And so apparently that is something that Long has decided to give up, right? The life here in Washington, D.C., being FEMA director. He's been in place, as you know, since some of these big hurricanes. Remember, when the hurricanes were hitting not just Maria in Puerto Rico, but others along the East Coast in the Carolinas, for example. Long had come under fire for FEMA's response to some of those storms, but he held on. He was somebody who has been a visible presence, not just inside the building here at the White House, but also on television, right? He would come out, he would defend FEMA actions. He was talking about things like storm safety, talking about how to keep people safe in these situations. There had, of course, been those reported tensions with Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen as well. But now Long is departing the administration. And this is an interesting role for the person who is going to be named the permanent director coming in, the permanent administrator, I should say, because it is one of those positions that's, when it's high profile, it's incredibly high profile. And when it's not, right? In these moments when there are, for example, hurricanes or natural disasters or national emergencies, if you will, that FEMA administrator position is somebody who is out there talking with the press, talking with the media, communicating with the American public, very involved in meetings with President Trump, briefing on the situation, traveling with the president, for example, as we've seen Long do, to those areas, those hard-hit areas. When those things aren't happening, right, it's a much more sort of behind-the-scenes position, if you will. Obviously, still a lot of work being done, but not quite so public-facing, Allie. So, interesting development here this afternoon at the White House.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.